Thank you for joining us today on Biscontv News. I'm Stella Opara. First, the headlines. On the national scene, sponsors of planned protests hate Nigeria, have alternative passports, says President Tinubu. Federal government to restock national food reserve system. In business news, Nigeria imported $2.25 billion fuel from Malta, report shows. On the foreign scene, arson attacks hit France's train network hours before Olympic ceremony. And in the world of sport, Nigerian athletes showcase rich cultural heritage in Paris. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu, in a meeting with delegation of Islamic leaders led by Sheikh Bala Lau at the presidential villa, said sponsors of the nationwide protests do not love the country. Though he did not identify any sponsor, he said those championing the cause of the protest have alternative passports and hold meetings virtually across the world. According to his presidential spokesman, Ajurin Gelale, President Tinubu argued that protests fueled by anger and hate could degenerate into violence and set the country backward. During the meeting, the president allayed fears of manipulation by any interest group in the ongoing economic reforms. Now, traditional rulers have called for calm over the planned nationwide protest to demonstrate against the prevailing economic hardship in Nigeria. The protest, which is built to begin from August 1st, 2024, has garnered attention on social media, prompting a meeting between traditional rulers and President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa, Abuja. The Dean of Agbo, His Royal Majesty Benjamin K. Agbo-Rukuzi, after the meeting, said the traditional leaders have to listen to the youths in the nation because they lead the future, adding that the power and strength of Nigeria are certainly with the young people. On his part, the Emir of Zazzau, Ahmed Bamali, said the country's leaders are worried about the planned protest, but called on the citizens to exercise patience and to listen to the words of wisdom. Meanwhile, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi II, also followed a similar line, but called for caution so the protests would not be hijacked, adding that the traditional leaders are closer to the people and will continue to engage them. Further noted that it is very difficult to build, but it is easy to destroy. Now, the federal government has announced plans to restock the National Strategic Food Reserve System to address food insecurity and stabilize food prices in the country. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Abdullahi, made this known at the unveiling of the 2024 Global Food Policy Report, themed Improving Food Systems for Healthy Diets and Nutrition in Nigeria, Policies and Actions, organized by the International Food Policy Research Institute and Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition. Speaking at the event in Abuja, Abdullahi stated that the government is working hard to ramp up food production, particularly for major staples like rice, maize, and cassava, to reduce the current food situation. He noted that the country's production is not only for local consumption, but also for the West African region. Abdullahi further explained that the idea of the National Strategic Food Reserve is for Nigeria to be able to keep stock so that when prices of food are getting high, the country can fall back on the stock in order to stabilize the prices. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you business news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscontv News. Now to business news. According to a report, Nigeria imported fuel worth $2.25 billion from the foreign country in 9 years, This is coming few days after the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, Aliko Dangote, alleged that some officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited have blending plants in Malta. According to information on Trade Map, Nigeria imported petroleum oils obtained from bituminous minerals worth $2.8 billion in 2023, jumping by a 342% increase from $47.5 million in 2013. Nigeria imported fuel worth $59.98 million in 2014, $117.01 million in 2015, and $13.32 million in 2016. It was observed that from 2017 to 2022, there was no fuel importation into Nigeria from Malta. However, there was a geometric leap in 2023 when the country imported fuel worth $2.08 billion. However, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC, Mele Kyari, denied owning a blending plant outside Nigeria. Coming up next is foreign news. We'll bring you details shortly. Welcome back. Now to foreign news. Saboteurs attacked France's TGV high-speed train network in coordinated actions that caused chaos on the country's busiest rail lines ahead of the Paris Olympics opening ceremony on Friday. The action took place despite a massive security operation involving tens of thousands of troops and police to guard against any threat to the global sporting extravaganza. The state-owned railway operator said arsonists had damaged signal boxes along the lines connecting Paris with cities such as Lille in the north, Bordeaux in west, and Strasbourg in the east. Another attack on the Paris-Marseille line was foiled. This has left hundreds of thousands of people stranded, as the state-owned railway operator said arsonists had damaged signal boxes along the lines connecting Paris and urged all travelers to postpone their journeys. The agency said repairs were underway, but traffic would be severely disrupted until at least the end of the weekend. However, there was no immediate claim of responsibility and no indication of whether the action was politically motivated. Coming up next is sports news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscontv News. Now to the other sport. The Nigeria team will be making their 19th appearance since debuting in 1952 as the 2024 Summer Olympics officially gets underway today. The opening ceremony, like no other, will signal the start of the multi-sport that will run through August 11 in Paris and 16 other cities spread across metropolitan France, plus one sub-site in Tahiti, French Polynesia. A total of 206 nations and 10,714 athletes will be striving for medals in 32 sports and 329 events. Sport games include football, rugby sevens, handball, tennis, among others. The opening ceremony, set to be held along the Seine, will begin at 7:30 Nigerian time, with a 3-hour spectacle set to take the world on a journey through Parisian history and architecture, as Thomas Joly, a French theatre director and actor, oversees proceedings as the artistic director. Nigeria is featuring a total of 88 athletes in 12 sports. athletics, boxing, wrestling, football, basketball, canoeing, taekwondo, table tennis, badminton, cycling, swimming, and weightlifting. You're watching Biscontv Television News. Up next is entertainment news. Welcome back. Now to entertainment news. Superstar singer has announced the release of her limited edition Ira Star dolls. Newsman reported that the pop star took to her social media handles to announce her limited edition dolls. According to her, the Ira Star dolls will be available in Lagos, Nigeria, United States, United Kingdom, and France. She said the limited edition dolls would be released alongside a social media contest where fans could participate to win one of the exclusive dolls. Ira Star has won several awards for her music, including the Headies Award for Best New Artist in 2021. She has also been nominated for several other awards, including the BET Awards and the MTV Africa Music Awards. With the release of the Ira Star dolls, the artist is set to take her brand to the next level, inspiring young girls and women around the world with her music, style, and entrepreneurial spirit. And that's the news for now on Biscontv Television, compiled and produced by Tomiloba Abolarin. Now the last line. Access to God is much more important than assets from Him. I'm Stella Opara. Thank you for watching.